Hello, and welcome to the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Hannah Sutherland. I'm a lover of all things self-care, personal development, and spirituality. I have created this podcast to help you grow into the most soulful version of yourself while creating more joy, magic, and purpose in your everyday life. If you're ready to live a life so full, then you, my friend, have come to the right place. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and now let's dive deep. Hello, you beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. It is officially Cancer season, so let's dive into all things Cancer. Cancer season takes place from June 21st to July 22nd, and during this time, the sun is in the sign of Cancer. So if you were born in between these dates, then your sun is in Cancer. But because astrology is truly so complex, every single one of us will have Cancer energy somewhere within our charts. If you don't have any placements or planets in Cancer, you for sure have it in one of your astrology houses. So this energy applies to all of us, and let's dive into what this energy is all about. So the energy of Cancer is a water sign. It's the youngest of the water signs, and water represents our emotions. So the energy of this sign is emotional. It's a feminine energy that is very sensitive, compassionate, maternal, soft, sweet, kind, and passive, but also they can be emotional, needy, moody, and they have a hard exterior. Cancers love to be close to and take care of the people that they love, and they also enjoy the feeling of being loved and cared for, being reciprocated back to them as well, and they have a very deep devotion to make people happy. Cancer is represented by a crab, which is a perfect representation of Cancer's energy, as they have a hard exterior shell as a way to protect their deeply soft and sensitive insides. But it truly is a defense mechanism that they have to protect themselves from being hurt because they are so emotional that if they don't put up this shell to the outer world, they are just too vulnerable to everyone. So if you know a Cancer, you probably know this to be true about them. When you first get to know them, you can be like, wow, this person is hard, crusty. And then you get to know them and you're like, oh no, they are a big ball of goo. Yeah, that is Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon rules our emotions. So as you can tell, Cancer is a very emotional sign, and their emotions are very easily influenced by the moon, also because the moon rules our emotions and the moon goes through a new sign every 2.5 days. So as though all the signs will feel this, people with Cancer, especially a Cancer moon, probably feel this a little bit more than all of us because they are just so open and in tune with emotions. So Cancer is represented by the color silver or light blues. It is a feminine energy. The phrase is I feel. It's a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs are referred to as leaders and trendsetters because they tolerate new beginnings and change. So to every energy, there is always the ups and the downs. So for Cancer, the power of this energy is intuitive, caring, protective, supportive, and sensitive. And the shadow of Cancer's energy is needy, secretive, emotional, nostalgic, and resentful. Cancer's energy is similar to the energy of the fourth house in astrology, which represents home, family, parents, roots, inner security, and it represents our maternal side of our family, and the whole theme of the fourth house is I nurture, so very suiting to Cancer's energy. If you have Cancer as a sun sign, so if you were born between June 21st and July 22nd, then this energy is illuminated in you, and people find this part of you to be bright and exciting. You are sweet, kind, and sensitive once you crack through that hard exterior shell. And if your moon is in Cancer, which depends on the daytime that you were born, because the moon moves into a new sign every 2.5 days, having a moon in Cancer makes you a very emotional person, because the moon, again, rules our emotions, and this sign being ruled by the moon as well, it is a very emotional energy. And having a Cancer moon, it would be very beneficial to learn to have a very healthy relationship with your emotions, and have a lot of ways to be able to process your emotions and learn to let your emotions truly flow and go. And also, being that emotional of a sign, chances are you are an empath, and if that's the case, it's important to be able to recognize which emotions are yours and which ones you are picking up from the people around you. Cancer moons are deeply sensitive people, but the people closest to them may be the only ones that ever know that about them, because our moon sign is more of our inner world. It's more of a part that we keep to ourselves and only share with the people that we love. So you may truly have to crack open a Cancer moon to see that really, really, really soft, sensitive side of them, but I promise you it is there. If Cancer was at the easternmost horizon at the time you were born, then Cancer is your rising or ascendant sign, which also means you have Cancer in your first house of astrology. So what that means is that to the outside world, you are sweet, sensitive, feminine, nurturing, and you may wear your emotions on your sleeve. This part may be a little bit easier of a shell to crack open having Cancer as a rising sign versus a Cancer moon, because our Cancer sign is like the mask we wear to the outside world. So you might be willingly be soft, emotional, and nurturing, and that's what people first pick up on about you when they meet you. And you know what? That's wonderful, because that's only one aspect of who you are. I mean, you could have a Cancer sun, moon, and rising and just be all ooey gooey on the inside. But, if you have a Cancer rising, but you have like a Capricorn moon, like you can be soft on the outside, but the inside you're really more of a, I don't want to say hard ass, but kind of. When the sun is in Cancer, it's illuminating this energy for all of us. And since we all have this energy somewhere within our charts, that place where that energy is within your chart, including any of the planets' placements and also the house that Cancer is in, that part of your life or aspect of your life is going to be illuminated. So look at your chart and look where you have Cancer, at least in the house, and also look at what kind of energy is there. That area or energy of where Cancer is right now, that part of your life is going to be illuminated. There's going to be extra energy there. That part of your life may be bright and exciting. And also, because the sun is now moved into Cancer, don't be surprised if we're feeling a little extra emotional, soft, sweet, and sensitive for the next month, because that energy is surrounding us and it is illuminated while the sun is there. So for me, I have Cancer in the 10th house, which is I achieve. It is career, status, reputation, purpose, power, long-term goals, structure, public image, fame, and it represents the men or father masculinity side of your family. And I also have the planet of Venus in Cancer. So for me, that aspect of my life is going to be illuminated. So if you look up your chart and see where you have Cancer and what planets you have Cancer, that part of your life may be having some extra energy in it or around it, which is exciting for me because I'm working on a big project that I'm super excited about for my career. And also my Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is in Cancer, so I'm hoping that my love life gets a little extra action, or any action at all would be nice. Anyway, moving on, we are going to be talking about Cancer, what happens when the moon is in Cancer. So the moon is in Cancer every 28 days, and it stays there for about 2.5 days. So because the moon rules our emotions and also rules the sign Cancer, this is a very emotional time for all of us. And we may all be feeling extra emotional when the moon is in Cancer. So because emotions are heightened, it is a really good time to tune in to your emotional needs and reflect on what it is that you need. Take some time for yourself and really just check in and see what you need. To look at your emotions and see, I bet you there's probably some there that are piling up that would love to go away. And so, go through and process those emotions and let them go. Learn to go with the flow. And it's okay to take comfort in staying home and recharging emotionally when the sun is in Cancer, because we can be overwhelmed by all these emotions, especially if we're not necessarily somebody that is naturally an overly emotional person or doesn't necessarily know how to deal with their emotions very well. It can be a lot, trust me, I know. So it is a good day to stay home and recharge, check in, and just feel those emotions, honor those emotions, allow what comes up to come up, and allow yourself to feel those feelings. Your feelings are valid, they're there for a reason, and then allow them to flow out of your energy. It's a good day to be empathetic and nurturing, and it's also very beneficial to connect with the element of water. So if you are lucky enough to live somewhere where there is a natural body of water, take some time to connect with that water, whether it be a lake, a river, ocean. And even if you can just dip your feet into it or actually full on go for a swim, float, relax, be in the water, it is so beneficial and can actually help you process and let go of emotions more easily. If you are like me, however, who is a landlocked girl and does not have access to a natural body of water, it is also beneficial to have a bath or a cleansing shower and set your intention and connect with the water and let the water help you move some emotions out of your energetic field. So when the moon is in Cancer, some things we might want to avoid is avoid holding on to things, right? We're trying to let go of these excess emotions. We don't need to store more. And avoid being overly emotional because they're heightened, it's intense, and there might be a lot of them. So try not to let it get the best of you, and know that you have the power and you can tell them to say, thank you, I feel you, I see you, I hear you, and now it's time to go. And try not to take things too personally, because well, honestly, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all experiencing this same energy. We're all going through an emotionally and heightened time when the moon is in Cancer. Also, all water signs, but Cancer especially. And it can be a lot. So if you feel like somebody's lashing out at you or you feel like somebody hurt your feelings, just know that they're also probably going through it. And they also have a lot of emotions in their life that is heightened, and it probably was never about you. So just keep that in mind and know that we're all going through it together collectively, because we all feel this energy collectively, and we can be a little nicer to one another if we're going through it, someone else probably is too. That is all for the sign of Cancer. The beautiful, sweet, sensitive, hard on the outside, soft on the inside, beautiful Cancer energy. I hope that you guys all have an amazing rest of your day and an amazing Cancer season. Don't forget to look at your chart and see where you have Cancer and really tune into that part of yourself, that part of your life. And just know that that part might have a little extra energy going on for the next month. I love you all so much. Thank you for listening today, and I'll talk with you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today and making soulful self-development possible. I am grateful for each and every one of you. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Stay tuned for new episodes coming out every Wednesday. You can connect with me on social media at soulful.self.development. I would absolutely love to hear from you. You guys make my heart so full. See you next time.